What's up everybody? Today we're going to talk about my top 10 best basketball shoes of 2023. And this is my personal opinion, so it could be that one of your favorite pairs is not in this video either, because I haven't tried them, as I haven't been able to try all the pairs that released this year. It would be just insane. And also some pairs I just didn't like as much as maybe you did. So we can gladly discuss and exchange our opinions in the comments, but this is my top 10 list. And let's kick it off with number 10, which is Rigorer AR Austin Reeves 1. It's first signature shoe with the Chinese brand Rigorer. And for just $100, you really get solid performance and a great budget performer. Traction performance is very good on both pairs. This one has a solid rubber outsole, this one has a translucent one. The translucent picks up a little bit more dust, so be aware of that if you play on dusty courts. But apart from that, traction performance is exactly the same on both. The cushioning setup is minimal, but there's still enough impact protection and step-in comfort because they have a crazy strobo board. I'll put a close-up into the video, and the insole is also very comfortable. It reminds me a little bit of the Flow setup of the Curry line, just enough impact protection while also giving you a low to the ground feel. The materials are also very nice, and they have something which no other shoe on this list has, which is these little bubbles in the tongue. A lot of you have been saying they look like dipping dots, and they are there to prevent laces from cutting into your foot. And from my experience playing with them, that works pretty well. Support is also good. They have rigid heel counter, a good lockdown, so you'll be safe and good to go in those shoes. And as I said, they're number 10 on my top 10 best basketball shoes list. For number 9, we go over to Nike. It's Ja 1, a very controversial shoe, not because the shoe itself is bad or was too hyped or something, but because of the scandals and issues that Ja had over the summer. Rumors were that this shoe is going to be cancelled, but I'm actually very glad that they did not cancel it. I haven't played with them as much as with the other pairs on this list, as I only just recently got them, but they do feel really, really nice. I'm surprised how nice the heel cushioning feels. Stepping comfort is great. Traction performance was really, really good. I tried another pair as well where I was sliding a bit at first and it took some break-in, but this pair was good right out of the box. And as I said, cushioning setup is very nice. Support is great. They really have amazing lockdown. The materials are nothing special. It's kind of like a mesh upper, just some plastic, I think. But they do the job, they get it done. I actually prefer that over stiffer materials. We're going to get to a point later in the video where I'll talk about that quite a bit. You'll see. So yeah, actually I prefer materials like that, but it's nothing special and they get the job done, as I said. They're also at $120, which is a pretty fair price for a first signature sneaker and great value for money shoe. Next up, we're staying with Nike at number 8, Nike Zoom Freak 5, Giannis Antetokounmpo's 5th signature shoe. They changed it up quite a bit. I have a full review on my channel if you want to check it out. They changed it up quite a bit from the 4. Actually, pretty much everything is different apart from the name of the shoe. And I liked how they changed it. I like the design. A lot of you have been saying they look like bowling shoes, which I can see a little bit, but I still think they look nice on foot. Especially this colorway is very nice. It's the alphabet colorway. They even come with extra laces. I hadn't even figured that out. I haven't played with those yet, but I have 2 other colorways in which I've played. So for performance of the Freak 5, traction is very, very good. I have a translucent colorway as well, and they also work very, very well. They also pick up a little bit more dust, just the same as with the AR1, so be aware of that. Cushioning is the best feature of the shoe in my opinion. It's one of the comfiest shoes I've tried this year, alongside with the soft materials that really confirm to your feet very, very well. And support is also better than on the 4 because they improved the materials, or they made them a bit thicker, so your foot is better contained inside the shoe. To summarize, for 135 euros/dollars, you get a really, really nice performer from Nike, and they are number 8 on my top 10 list. For number 8, we got another Chinese brand coming in, Li Ning, or Way of Wade, which is Dwayne Wade's brand with Li Ning, as I said. This is the Way of Wade All City 11 Volume 2. Yes, it's a pretty long name, but it's worth talking about them because performance is really, really good. The regular AC11 was really, really nice as well. That was actually my first Way of Wade shoe that I've ever tried. But these are even better because they improved the materials. Everything else stayed pretty much the same. Great traction performance, really nice cushioning setup with full length boom midsole, which is Way of Wade's most premium cushioning setup. And as I said, the materials got better, softer, and there's more padding in the heel area. So these are a really, really nice performer. I have 2 colorways and I love playing in them. For number 6, we go over to another new brand in this video. It's Puma, and this is the Puma All Pro Nitro. They come in at around $120. It depends on the colorway. The Gremlin colorway just released, I think last week, they're at $130. But this is, in my opinion, the best value for money shoe on the market. For 120 euros or dollars, you get the most insane cushioning setup. It's one of the comfiest shoes I've tried all time, not only this year, really all time. They're so soft and it's like walking on a cloud. One of my teammates also plays with them. He said it's also the comfiest shoe he's ever tried, so he'll really give them the #1 spot. I'm not sure if I'm ready to do that, but they are one of the comfiest shoes. Traction performance is also good. Just watch out for dust pickup. That's been an issue for Puma for a while now. We all know the MB1s, they were sliding on dust and they were really nice on clean courts. Similar issues with the MB2, though they were a little bit better, and the MB3 again, they're sliding on dust and performing well on clean courts. These are crazy good on clean courts and I would say solid on dusty courts, but you do have to wipe a lot. I actually had a follower send me a video. He was sliding like crazy, but that court also had a terrible condition. But apart from that, as I said, the cushioning is A+. The materials are really, really soft as well. They just hug around your foot. It feels really nice. And they're also very nice, strong and supportive. They got a heel counter and they keep you locked in because of the many lace loops they have alongside the upper. As I said, it's one of my favorite performers of the year and definitely the best Puma basketball shoe of the year. Now for number 5, we're going back to Nike, and as I told you when I was talking about the Ja 1, I don't like stiff materials, and that's why this amazing performer, LeBron 21, is so low in this ranking. I mean, number 5 out of the whole year is a pretty good ranking, but from what I've seen from other reviewers, they are way higher up there. And for me, the reason why they're only at number 5 is because I hate materials like this and I love materials like this. Apart from the materials, performance is straight up amazing. Traction performance is just as good as on the LeBron 20s, maybe even a tad better on dust. I wasn't sliding one time while playing with those or practicing. It was insane. And they just have one of the best traction setups out there. The cushioning setup is A+ as well. It's really, really comfortable, very soft, great impact protection while still being low to the ground, which is important for the guard or wing players that want to rock them. And materials we talked about, support is top tier. As I said, on this colorway it's even a bit better because the materials are thicker, so your foot isn't moving as much, but also this colorway is 10 out of 10 when it comes to support. My foot is going nowhere. I really like the Nike Sphere technology they have in the heel. They kept that from the 20s. It will take like, I'd say 3 to 5 wears for that to really confirm and mold to your foot, and then it also stays in place. It remembers the shape of your foot, so to say. It's kind of like memory foam. Retail is $200, which is pretty expensive. It's the second most expensive shoe on this list, but if you have the money, they're definitely worth it. For number 4, we're staying with Nike, and it's one of my personal favorites of the year. It's the KD16. You can see I have 3 pairs. I absolutely love playing with them. I always have a pair of those in the locker room. When I'm not sure which shoes to wear, I always take the KD16. They're just so comfortable and they fit my feet so well. I've played the most in this pair. I saved this pair for games, and I just recently got the 3rd colorway. Traction performance is great no matter if you have a solid or mix of solid and translucent rubber on the outsole. Cushioning is 10 out of 10. It's so soft. It's even comfier in my opinion than the All Pro Nitro. It's like a cloud is all around your foot in combination with the soft materials. It's really, really nice. And support and lockdown is also top tier. There's no heel slip like there was in the KD15, and the fit, I meant to talk about that a little bit already, is way better for wide feet, which I have. Before we crack into the top 3, we're going to talk about some honorable mentions for the top 10. I really thought long and hard about making this list. It's very difficult to choose 10 basketball shoes out of all the shoes I tried throughout this year. So I have 2 more extra pairs that could as well be on this list. They're also really, really nice. And the first pair is, again, from Way of Wade. It's the 808 Ultra. They come in at 160 euros or dollars. And if you can't afford Kobe's, these are the best alternative on the market in my opinion. They feature carbon fiber plate in the outsole. That's really premium technology for 160 euros or dollars. That's why they could just as well also be on this top 10 list. And the second honorable mention on this list is the New Balance TwoWay Volume 4. When I first tried them, I tried them in a different colorway and I didn't like them as much. They needed way more break-in, but then I got this colorway and they were good to go right off the box. They come in at 130 euros or dollars, and they could also just as well be on this list. At first I wasn't Sure, they're better than the TwoWay Volume 3, which was a really good pair last year, but then I got this colorway and also another colorway, the Atmosphere colorway, and they were also amazing, so that's why they could also just as well be in this top 10 list. For the top 3, the first pair we have at number 3, the Adidas Harden Volume 7. Look-wise, this is probably my favorite pair of the year. I just love the puffer jacket style here on the side, and I might be a bit biased as James Harden is one of my favorite NBA players. For performance, they do perform really well. The fit is definitely the best fitting shoe for wide feet on the market. Traction performance, one of the best, 10 out of 10. Dust pickup is a bit stronger than other shoes on this list, but if you wipe, you'll be good to go, and if they're on a clean court, you won't be sliding one time. Cushioning setup is a mix of boost in the heel and light strike in the forefoot, which is really nice. I also have a full review of them on my channel if you're interested. The materials are really nice and soft. They aren't as breathable, that's maybe a downside, and they're a bit heavier, but I don't mind that as much. But be aware of that if you prefer light shoes, there's definitely better options also on this list. Support and lockdown, also 10 out of 10. Big heel counter, great lacing system, keeps you locked in, just one of the best performers. They come in at 170 euros or dollars. There's also some slight differences between depending on colorways, and as the Harden Volume 8 is coming out real soon, maybe you can get them on sale for like 120, 130, and then I would definitely recommend getting them as they're one of my favorite shoes of the year and all time. For the number 2 spot on the top 10 best basketball shoes of the year of 2023, we go back to Way of Wade. It's the Way of Wade 10. It doesn't matter if you're getting the high version or the low version, both are 10 out of 10 performers and one of, if not the best basketball shoe I've ever tried. You'll see which pair is at number 1, you'll understand why I had to downgrade them. For all the year I've been saying they're number 1, but I just recently got a pair that I just like a little bit more. The highs are 225, the lows come in at 200. And yes, they are expensive. I said with the LeBron, these are the most expensive shoes on the list. They are expensive, but you get the best technology on the market, a full-length carbon fiber shank plate. The spring back effect you get from these, the bounce you feel you have when you're wearing these is insane. The bounciest shoe I've tried this year. The traction performance is great, and the cushioning setup is also really comfortable. Full length boom. We mentioned that one before already, the cushioning setup. The materials are also very premium and lightweight, and alongside the support features, they really keep you locked in. Torsional support is great. It's probably the best shoe I've tried for torsional support, so if you have issues with that, the carbon fiber shank plate, this shoe just doesn't go nowhere underneath your foot. So if you have the money, I can highly recommend you try them. Now, to get to the number 1 pair, I'll leave this here, and I'll also put the Hardens up here, so we have a little bit of a collection of the top 3. And now for the number 1 pair, it's back to Nike, the Nike Kobe 6 Protro reverse Grinch colorway. I think we all know why these are on the list. One of the best performing basketball shoes I've tried, probably the best alongside the Way of Wade 10. And this colorway just makes them so special. That's maybe also why they got number 1. They are 180 euros or dollars, but now resale prices are going like way over 400, 500 euros / dollars already, which is crazy and in my opinion too much. I managed to get them from Kicks. Big thank you to them for sending them over. And I've been loving to play in them. I wore them for my last 2 games. And they just feel amazing. The insole molds to your foot after a couple of wears, which is just an amazing feeling. When I step in there, it's similar to LeBron's. It's a 1-to-1 fit, perfectly for my foot. They do need some break-in if you have wider feet, but the materials and the insole, as I said, will mold to your feet. Traction is 10 out of 10, cushioning is 10 out of 10, the materials are 10 out of 10, and support is also 10 out of 10. And that's why this is my favorite basketball shoe of the year and number 1 on my top 10 list. To summarize, my top 3, the Harden Volume 7, the Way of Wade 10 and the Kobe 6. All the other shoes you can see here also made it into the top 10 or made it onto the honorable mentions list. Thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. It really helps out a lot. I will be posting a video every week in 2024. That's one of my personal goals for the new year. And as I said, leave a like, comment your top 10, comment if you don't agree, comment if you agree. I'd like to discuss with you guys, and I'm very interested to see what your top 10 list looks like. Thanks for watching and see you next time.